Hi, welcome to Lighthouse Wisdom episode 4. This is JCDV. Thanks for coming on board once again. Today we're going to talk about fear. Fear is an emotion that blocks us in whatever capacity. We're all very familiar with fear. We deal with it on a day-to-day basis. But we do need to evaluate it in the correct manner or interpret it in the correct manner. It really isn't real. Fear is, we're at home, but fear is a stranger here. It's one of the great Course in Miracles lessons. Another one is there is nothing to fear. It is important to have an affirmation whenever fear comes up to help dissolve the fear and help you perceive it correctly. It's also important when fear comes up to breathe with it. Breathe with the fear. Don't resist it. Allow it to come up. Like a wave, it comes crashing down. And this is some ways that I deal with fear. Like any wave comes up, it crashes. Fear is an emotion. It doesn't last forever. This too shall pass is another great affirmation. Self-belief is another great technique we can use to overcome fear. Believing in yourself. Use affirmations that are tailor-made based on who you are as a person, where you're heading. And use that affirmation to replace those fearful thoughts. And fearful thoughts are essentially all from the ego. They're not coming from a quiet, still voice, the voice of reasoning, the voice of hope, the voice of encouragement that comes from the spirit. It's coming from that other part of our mind that isn't true. And, it's really helpful to meditate on this and to journal about it, journal about your fears, and to really dissect where they're coming from. A lot of them come from our childhood, the inadequacies, And it's important to pull these things up, these fearful thoughts, because they tend to go down a slippery valley of self-condemnation at the end of the day. And when we condemn ourselves, we attack ourselves, and that's when we're feeling very much hopeless and not hopeful. So it's really important to master fear in your own way, overcome it. It's going to keep popping up for whatever reason, but it's just breathe with it, let the fear breathe in, allow it to crash like a wave. And then that emotion will change. This too shall pass is a really great affirmation to use. Fears come up in my life in all different types of ways. And, the ego likes to sort of base its theory on us based on our past association, who we were previous to who we are today. And it likes to hold us in our past. And it always wants to concern itself with the future. But none of those things exist, because the only thing that's real is the present moment. So, mindfulness, because I'm a mindfulness coach, I help people bring people back to the present moment. This is where peace is. So whatever technique you want to use that works for you, there's so many out there that can help bring you back to the present moment. And when you do that, fear just disappears, because it always exists either in the past or the future. Fear never exists in the present moment. So on that note, that's episode 4 of Lighthouse Wisdom. This is JCTV. Hope to see you again. Bye for now.